I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Good Tuesday night after Memorial Day to everybody. I hope everybody had a good Memorial Day weekend. I know I did. Did you, Chris?
It was Black Bike Week. I had to work through the whole thing.
Okay, well, there you go. Congratulations on your nuptials from last week, though, man. That's great. I'm happy for you and the wife, and we can now call her that officially. So,
yeah,
beautiful. That's awesome. I did see the pictures. I did see a lot of the stuff, and you guys look like you had a great time, and I'm glad that it all turned out good. And she looked beautiful. Of course, you look beautiful too, I have to say. But man, yeah. That aside, we got lots of sports to talk about. Let's see if we can get cousin Phil. Hopefully, he's going to join us in a little bit. Home team sports has been kind of sporadic for all you 2M1L media people out there. And it's going to be. I don't know if we're going to keep doing it every single week. I think it's going to be more sporadic when there's like an overwhelming amount of stuff to talk about in sports. Like Chris and I will talk about sports any day. I mean, these guys are, in case you don't know, we have a chat where it's a daily thing. I mean, the other day there was a conversation between my son and Anthony and Chris and Phil that went on for like an hour or two. That was like a whole show right there. So it's like, I don't know. We might play with the format a little bit. We might change it up a little bit. Maybe we'll change the day of the week we do it. Maybe that'll help. I don't know, but
whenever somebody's available.
Huh?
Whenever somebody's available,
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. Like with Around the Turnbuckle, and for those of you who are watching this on the Around the Turnbuckle channel, thanks for tuning in. I'm Al. That's Chris. We're here to talk some sports. We're not going to talk much wrestling, but I will say that I was happy to see that CM Punk is the new AEW World Champion. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Big moment for him. He was real emotional about it, so that's cool. But I'll talk about that more on Sunday on Around the Turnbuckle. Chris and I are here to talk some sports. We're going to talk, and let's start off where we never start off, because we always talk a lot on this show. And this show's been going on now for a year and a half, for 18 months. And I know we haven't been on every single week, but this show started out with guys sitting around talking sports, and that's what we do. And the guys got busy, and life happens, and shit happens, and some guys left us and don't talk to us anymore or whatever. But like other guys would love to be part of it, but they work 16-hour days, so shit happens, man. So, but Chris and I are here tonight, and like I said, we're gonna play around with it and see if we can't, get Anthony on more often and get Phil on more often, because definitely Phil. It was important to him to keep the show going. It was so important to him to join us in the first place, which I love him for, because, I lost a brother, he lost a brother, and, they always wanted us to follow our dreams. And so Phil was willing to do anything to keep this thing going, put money down, whatever we needed, I know he donated a jersey the one time to when we had a contest and we gave away a jersey. We're gonna do stuff like that again. But here he is, I think. No, I think it's Anthony. I think it's Anthony's here. What's up, AJ?
Going on,
there he is.
What's happening?
What's up? So we're gonna talk some baseball in a minute, because I know we got lots of baseball to talk about. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention something that you and I don't really follow that much, and that's the NHL. They're in their Final Four, and I usually pay zero attention to the NHL the entire season until we get down to the nitty gritty like this. We get the Eastern Conference Finals, the Western Conference Finals, and I'll check in on a game here and there. I don't know if I'm going to watch tonight's game with the Avalanche and the Oilers, but I will watch tomorrow night's game 1 against the Rangers and the Lightning and see how they match up. So that's going to be cool. Chris and I were talking earlier, Anthony, that the Rangers, you know me. I don't love you. I don't like any New York teams. But they weren't supposed to be there, so I always like to root for the underdog in any sport. And the Lightning, they're back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. The Edmonton had a great season. Colorado had a great season, so they're supposed to be there. The Rangers are the Cinderella story this year, so that's kind of cool. And I'm not saying I'm going to out and out root for the Rangers, but for Chris Vance's wife, I think we will. I think I'll root for the Rangers. Why not?
I mean, being a Devils fan, you're not supposed to like the Rangers. But I don't follow hockey that much, so I'm rooting for the Rangers. Yeah.
So yeah, so we got so game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is tonight, and then game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tomorrow. So we'll see how that all pans out, and next week or the week after we'll talk about the Stanley Cup Finals and see what's going on there. But we don't talk hockey on this show ever, but when we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, it's hard not to. Chris, how excited is the wife that the Rangers are in the Eastern Conference Finals?
She's very excited. I mean, it was Game 7, and I can't even remember the last time the Rangers won a title. She'll tell you, but I can't.
1994?
Yeah, it's been about, 25 years plus? So it's
almost
been a long
30.
time. Yeah, it's been
almost
a long
30
time.
years. Yeah. I mean, and Anthony's right. I am a Devils fan because I'm a Jersey boy, and that's the only New Jersey team in my book that's worth rooting for. But they've been irrelevant for the past, I don't know, 10 years or so, but they did have
sucky team down in Philly.
But they did have a bunch of Stanley Cups in the late 90s and early 2000s, so that was cool. And I went to a lot of games because when I worked at 7-Eleven, my boss had tickets, and he would take us. He would either give them to us or he would take us down. And I saw lots of Devils games because he had season tickets, and so they were going down 2 or 3 times a week, down to the Continental Airlines Arena. They play at the Rock now. They play at the Prudential in Newark now, but so he's right. I'm not supposed to root for the Rangers, but I'm not as passionate about hockey or even basketball as I am football and baseball. So you wouldn't catch me rooting for, like, say, if the Mets or the Yankees made it to, if it was the Mets. Now, see, that's a great question. If it's the Mets versus the Yankees in the World Series, I always root National League. Sorry, Anthony. So I'd root for the Mets in that scenario. But people would shoot me down for that because they're like, well, how can you? That's a division rivalry with the Phillies. I'm like, well, hey, there's no way in fucking hell I'll ever root for the Yankees in my life. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
I always root for the hometown teams, whether it's the Rangers or the Islanders or the Yankees or the Mets. If they make it to the finals, make it to the championship, I always root for the hometown team.
We got some comment. Who's the new guy? Is that Anthony? Yeah. I thought you were joining us, cuz, like, where are you? Yeah, where are you? I don't know. So I want to remind everybody.
Just call me Daddy.
I want to remind everybody that the Legends of Hamburg Fan Fest for wrestling locally here in Pennsylvania is on July 22nd and July 23rd. It's coming up real fast. I know it's just we're just spilling into June, but it'll come up quick. And I will be making my ring announcing debut on the 22nd. So if anybody is within the area and wants to check that out, go to legendsofhamburg.com and check out that for tickets. And then the Fan Fest on the 23rd, you can meet Axe and Smash Demolition. You can meet the Rock and Roll Express are going to be there. The Headbangers are going to be there. Several guys from AEW are going to be there. Coco Beware is going to be there. So there's a bunch of legends that are going to be. Hacksaw Jim Duggan was supposed to be there, but he's kind of sick. So he's not. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. He was advertised. That Dr. D. David Schultz guy that slapped the reporter years ago, he's going to be there. So if you want to go get slapped by David Schultz, you can go show up. It's cool. My mom and I are going to go meet Coco Beware, so it's going to be awesome. But let's talk.
Let's talk fantasy champ. He's
What's
ready
that?
to talk Yankees.
Yeah, he wants to
Fantasy
talk Yankees. We'll talk some NBA, MLB. Anthony, what do you got there? You're the baseball expert.
I mean, there's been just a ton of injuries this year. It's been kind of crazy. The Yankees are even going through it themselves right now. They built a nice lead in the East, so you're just hoping they can hang on to it for the time being until everybody can get healthy.
It's kind of like the Mets. Like how good are the Mets to be as good as they are, and they still don't have DeGrom and
he should be back maybe by the end of the month.
Just imagine that. I mean, just imagine how good they're going to be when that happens. He's 2 minutes out. Cuz will be here soon. All right. So, what else is going on? I mean, if I want to I don't really want to talk about my Phillies.
Why not?
Because they're a joke. And
they've won 2 games to the Mets there that they should have won.
They got swept by the Mets. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They play the Giants again tonight in Philly. The bottom line is Girardi. I really think it's Girardi is the problem. They got way too much talent.
A long time ago.
I know you did. I was going to give you credit for that. When he first got hired, this guy warns me. He's like, Alan, bad hire. Bad.
Hey,
bad
here's the
hire.
update. Judge just stole a home run away from Ajante, first batter. Judge just stole a home run away from him.
Who did?
Judge.
What's
stole
up,
a home
Chris?
run catch
Long
away.
Time. Hope all is well, brother.
See, I should be watching the game.
Yeah, that's first at bat.
Aaron Judge
robbed a home run.
So why does Cousin Phil have his name up there as well, I'll let you guys see it. I can take the MLB thing off. Phil, do you care to explain that?
Man, it's has to do with fantasy baseball.
Why is he murdering you?
No. He beat me like 7-5, but I had him up until Sunday's game, and in Sunday's game he just took the freaking lead.
Nice.
It's been fun playing with Phil. For some reason, I've had his number lately. Football, baseball.
Yeah, well, lately it's this year, like this past year, football, baseball, like you've had his number no matter what.
It's gonna run its course, but you enjoy it while you're running it, right?
I guess so.
Still in second place. He's in third.
Yeah.
He closed the gap.
I closed the gap a little bit. I'm going through injuries in baseball, so just like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, there's a shit ton of injuries. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's coincidental or not about with different things going on, or it's just a bad luck. I mean, a lot of the stars in the league are hurt and down. A lot of pitchers are down. The good teams seem to just thrive no matter what. The Yankees are still the Yankees. Mets are still the Mets. That kind of thing.
I don't know how Cousin Phil feels, but these guys are professionals. If they weren't ready, that's a shame. They knew there was going to be a season at some point. If they weren't busting their ass and getting ready and make sure they're ready for day one, that's on them. And that's on the team.
I don't know, man. Baseball's not the same as it was when I was growing up. Because you're not seeing a lot of pitchers going past 7. You know what I mean? And it's just
thanks, Joe.
No hitters getting.
Oh yeah.
But I tell you what's been amazing. And this is for Chris, man. It's just watching Pujols pitching inning, Yadier pitching inning.
I mean, that was awesome. But here's the thing: you got an all-star game coming up. Neither one will probably be starters, but do you put both of them in there for the last all-star game? Find a spot for them.
I mean,
it can't, but I think the 26th man or the last man is the voters.
Yeah, the
fans.
people. Where's the All-Star game then?
I don't know where the All-Star game is, but
isn't it Arizona? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I gave up on the All-Star game.
I don't know. No one really wants.
It's funny that you mentioned the All-Star game, guys, because I was going to say that we should take a road trip in the 2024 All-Star game. Is at Citizens Bank Park.
Ooh,
Where is it?
I might go to that.
Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah. For the All-Star game, I'll go. I've been there once.
I have to plan a trip up there then in 2024.
Right.
I don't know if that's like or what. Echoing.
Yeah, we have an echo. Why? Is it just Anthony? No, it's me too.
It's probably mine.
No. Yeah. It is.
Yep.
I was wondering.
It wasn't. No, it's Phil. It was Phil.
Yeah, no.
Phil, yeah. Where's your earpiece, Phil?
I left it at work.
Ah.
Yeah, I only have one. I left it at work because I was watching Vikings at work.
Are you supposed to be working?
I know.
I hope no one's watching it that you work with.
I have that kind of job where it allows me to do other things.
That kind of
Yeah. I mean, Phil needs to mute while he's not talking.
So how about the Yankees and the Mets? Are we surprised about the start that both of these teams have had?
Especially on the Mets. Especially on the Mets with the injuries they have.
No, they spent the money, so you kind of expected them to be there, right? They retooled the whole lineup. They went out and bought a whole new outfield. They always had great pitching.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Everybody always thought they wasted. I mean, they had good pitching for probably the last decade. They never had anybody hit, so they're starting to hit the ball, which is kind of scary. I mean, I hate the Mets.
Yeah. You and me both.
The Yankees, I mean, they always spend money, so I mean, I think we're more shocked at the way they ran this lineup out. They didn't make any big splashes like everybody thought during the offseason. They kind of kept it low key. They made certain moves that were IKF, and Donaldson was a head scratcher to me. But it seems to be working out. So it's kind of hard to argue it.
Is there any teams in the MLB that have surprised you?
Me with the Milwaukee Brewers right now. They're in first place in their division, and they got a lot of guys, a lot of injuries and everything. I expected the Cardinals to be really running away with that division right now. But
Kind of
Milwaukee's
wonder about
holding tough.
Milwaukee because they lost Peralta for it's right now. It's all it's saying is like a significant time, and Woodruff just went down. He's on the 15-day deal, so that was their. I feel like their nucleus was that starting rotation that is now taking a big hit.
Anybody else? I mean. Any other teams stand out? Any American League teams stand out at you?
I mean,
surprising.
The wins because they always find a way. But they're doing all right this year.
I can see two. One is the Angels, and they have four game over to 500, second place, and the other one is Chicago White Sox. Not that they surprised me as far as winning, but not winning with that lineup.
Just lost.
Yeah, I mean, they're not doing that hot right now. But in the NL, like I said, the Mets, yeah, I mean, they're tearing it up. We expected that. Milwaukee, I expected that with their pitching, but with Peralta and Woodruff. But the Yankees, the thing that got me with the Yankees is I always knew they had a good lineup. Stanton, Judge, Gallo, who's now on the DL. Rizzo, but is that pitching? Like I said last week or the week before when I was on, like that pitching is like I did not expect that from those guys.
Phil, what's wrong with the Phillies?
They're from Philly.
Their bullpen.
Shut up, Anthony.
They got better with their bullpen, but they just been blowing games lately. Like last 3 or 4 games they lost is in the finals, and the last inning. They tie it up in the 9th. They lose it in the 10th.
They
We
fill up
spent
all
all
the
that money on
picks.
thing, and we just haven't. We didn't sign any pitchers. I mean, we signed washed up pitchers. Relief pitchers.
You don't think Girardi's a problem?
No, I think it's the bullpen. I think the bullpen's the problem. When you spend all that money on the lineup, you can
Who
hit
blew the game the other night? Dominguez?
Huh?
Dominguez blew the game the other night?
Dominguez
Yeah.
did. Abel did. Who was the other guy that blew it?
What's his name? Who's the closer?
Knebel?
Yeah, but he didn't really blow that game. That game was blown in the ninth with that home run to that nobody.
Right.
I mean, he came in and they didn't score. The Phillies didn't score in their half of the inning. So with a guy on second,
1-0 Yankees.
who hit the home run?
No, there was an error in the outfield. Judge scored.
We're scraping, baby. We're scraping.
My surprise is the Blue Jays. They were predicted to win that division, be really good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on there?
I don't know, because if you go up and down that lineup, Bichette's not hitting well. He's always going to be a good player, but he's not putting up the numbers you think he would be putting up right now. Teoscar Hernandez is not putting up the numbers you would think he'd be putting up. Vladdy was hot in the beginning. He's kind of cooled off a little bit. Their pitching's always been suspect. They have Guzman. But after that, who do they got?
Yeah.
They got one good bullpen piece that I can think of off the top of my head, Romano. But after that, it's like they're suspect.
2-0 Yankees on a triple.
Yeah.
I'll keep you updated if you're not watching it.
Nah, I
Sure.
got it. It comes off my phone. It's telling me. Cousin Phil said he was surprised in the Angels, but this is what we expected from them for I think the last 10 years. So it's finally Trout and Ohtani. They're finally starting to. How long will Trout stay healthy? Let's just get to that point.
I get to see them. I get to see the Angels play on Saturday night. I'm going to the game on Saturday night.
Oh, okay. I'm going to the Yankees on Friday night.
Do we
'Cause it's
still think
bobblehead
that?
night.
You still think the Dodgers are the team to beat?
If you look at the lineup, you would say so, right?
You think
You
so?
I don't know. The Phillies are 21 and 28, and 4 of those 21 wins were against the Dodgers.
Yeah. Turner hasn't been good.
That tells me that Dodgers aren't that good.
No, I mean Turner hasn't been as good as he has in the past few years, but you expect him to turn it on at some point. I haven't watched many Dodgers games to, tell you exactly what's going on.
33 and 18. They're really good. I mean,
They're 30 and 18. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're not. You would expect them to be absolutely dominant the way they got.
Yeah, they were talking 115 wins and so on, and
I mean,
their starting pitching hasn't lived up to, like, Urias has been hit around, Bueller's been hit around. The only one that's doing really good, who I didn't think I thought he was just too old, was Kershaw.
he's hurt now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or he was at one point. Like within the last week, he was hurt. So,
It's great being in those 30-man leagues. We get to know every player.
what do you think about Trevor Bauer? Like his 2-year suspension?
That's
Here, let me throw this at you. Okay. So think about.
She has to be choked and hit.
Okay, but listen to this.
Man.
So Trevor Bauer engages in sexual acts with a woman that a lot of us wouldn't deem great,
Satanic.
or our style. And then you have Matt Harvey deal drugs in a clubhouse. One gets 2-year suspension. Another one gets 60 games.
Right.
How is that?
And one bets on baseball, but not his own team, gets a lifetime ban.
Right.
We were talking about that the other night. How Pete Rose, like, They're just waiting for him to die to put him in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So sad.
I know that's terrible. It's ridiculous, but that's exactly what they're going to do.
And here, because now we're on that. So, but you're going to put a cheater like David Ortiz. And I don't care what Red Sox out there say. It was not proven. Bullshit. He was on the Mitchell report. He 100% cheated. He was with me. He was with the Twins when he started. A lot of people don't know that because he sucked that bad.
He was suspended for 60 games already. He had been suspended in his career. David Ortiz.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a known steroid. So now you got to start putting them all in. Like Bonds should definitely go in there. Because Bonds was 10 times better than Ortiz ever was.
Oh, I hate Bonds, but I agree.
I hate Bonds too, but I hate that fat shit Ortiz too.
So Mark McGwire deserves to be in there.
Yeah, you gotta put McGwire. You gotta go up and down. You gotta put
the whole steroid
cheater.
The whole steroid era will get in eventually.
Sosa, Rafael, Palmer.
It's a matter of
waiting for them all to die.
I don't know. It's a matter of whoever's making those decisions to die.
I just why does all this stuff like come out later, like
Phil,
the
mute.
Dallas Strawberry stuff? Like he was going down between innings to have intercourse with women before he'd come back out. He'd do a couple lines, and Doc Gooden was on cocaine while he was pitching the whole time. This stuff comes out 20 years later.
You want to know why?
Nobody knew something was going on at this time.
No, Chris, this is why. Because it's all, unfortunately, it's political. These guys are liked by the media because they always gave them the time of day. Bonds didn't. McGwire was a douchebag. That's why those guys are being and Roger Clemens was a douchebag. So he didn't like them, and they're the writers are the ones voting these guys in.
Yeah,
because if you polled most of the baseball community that actually watches it, they think all those guys should be in.
Yep.
Even if you give them their own wing, say, "Hey, this is the steroid era." One of my favorite pitchers of all time, Andy Pettitte. He might not get in.
Fat fuck Ortiz has no business in the Hall of Fame over Bonds.
Absolutely not.
The language.
How comes
the language on that lady?
I mean, I just think most of these guys' stats came before they did the steroids. So they deserve to be in for their stats before the steroid era.
Bonds 100%. Bonds was going in before the PEDs. He saw what McGwire and Sosa did. He got jealous. That's why he cheated.
Yeah, I mean, Sosa corked bat for what? I mean, he never broke a bat for like 3 seasons.
So me and my dad were talking about this. You're telling me you couldn't find one fall guy in that locker room? Don't put your name on the goddamn bat. Put someone else's name on the bat. Hey, I used his bat. He corked it. I didn't know it. Instead, you try to use some lame ass excuse that's my practice bat. Like you're an asshole. You deserve to get caught.
Who was that?
Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
He was doing steroids and using corked bats.
But that was the best 2 years.
He still couldn't beat McGwire.
Right. Watching those two guys hit home runs left and right, challenging each other, that was awesome to watch.
Matt Carpenter,
baseball.
Matt Carpenter, 2-run home run.
Or nothing. That's a Cardinal right there.
Oh, Matt Carpenter. I was shocked I saw him the other day on the Yankees. I was like, what the? But, that Sosa McGwire era, that chasing the 61, that, saved baseball.
That was fun.
Right?
Yeah, that was after the strike. And, yeah.
The fans were falling off. It went down. And Sosa and McGwire chasing 61 just, man, that, got the people back in the stands.
Yeah, I remember it.
Absolutely. That's why those guys definitely deserve to be there. Because without them, I don't know, that brought a lot of people back to baseball. I mean, the average person that doesn't really watch baseball was tuning in when they were up.
Well, and anybody that was pissed off over the strike kind of came back to it too.
Yeah.
I think you belong in the Hall of Fame for what you did for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the steroids, regardless of this, what you did for baseball is how you deserve to be in the Hall.
Yeah, that's why they don't recognize Bonds as beating Hank Aaron's home run. They don't recognize him as the home run king because of all, you know what I mean? Like when he beat that. That's something that nobody talks about. Like everybody, we're not allowed to talk about that. Don't talk about that. You know, whether you hate Barry Bonds or not, you're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, because he was a good hitter that turned around and just showed that, like, hey, I take steroids. I'm the best ever.
Yeah.
And it's kind of true.
2 or 3 seasons with the intentional walks, he could have possibly hit 100 home runs.
Yeah, he went
those seasons.
He went from 25, 30 a year to like 55, 60 a year.
Yeah, and but I mean, when he was hitting 30, he was stealing 30, 40 fucking bases too. So I mean, talented before he ever put the juice in.
Yeah, I think I don't like him either, but I think he needs to be respected for the player he was. Like, I think that he needs to be, you know, not only in the Hall of Fame, but like he shouldn't be like a besmirch on baseball in general. And you know,
well, they're trying to in the steroid era, which you almost don't get to a certain point. Like, accept it and just move on.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you or I took steroids, would we hit 75 home runs? No, you have to have talent before you do that.
I mean, I might. You might not.
No, yeah, all right. I forgot who I was talking to.
How about we look at their defense? These guys were great defensive players as well.
There's that too
for them to get in.
Yeah,
there's that. They were phenomenal baseball players.
Oh yeah,
all around.
Bonds grew 6 times his size, and slowed down a lot.
I want your guys' opinion on something. This whole thing with Aaron Donald. Do you guys know the latest on Aaron Donald? Now, what I've heard is he spoke. He spoke publicly that right now, as it stands, they're working on his new deal with the Rams, and that's it. Like, he left it kind of open. So everybody's like speculating that, you know, because he said the words, if my career is over, I'm at peace with it. Like, he said those words. So that leaves it to interpretation to say, so he's okay if he retires, especially because he's been the best defensive player in the NFL for how many seasons now, and then he won the Super Bowl last year. So what else does he have to do? I mean, other than win more Super Bowls.
I mean, well,
surefire
thrown around way too often is nowadays these kids just want to call everybody the GOAT, and it goes to some of these guys' heads.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a guy that's very talented. He's still got to put time in before he's ever considered one of the greatest of all time. I mean, Warren Sapp was the man.
All right, but this guy's had like how many defensive players of the year awards? He was defensive rookie of the year his rookie year.
Sure.
Super Bowl champion. I mean, how many sacks every damn year average? I don't know what he averages every damn year at sacks. Phil would know that one.
Here's the other thing, though. These guys make a lot of money. So, I mean, that's why you see these guys retiring a little younger, because they got enough money to set them up forever.
So why play for 15, 20 seasons? Yeah, exactly. Why play for 15, 20 seasons and be a fucking invalid or something?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting smarter, and, they're getting out quicker.
We lost Chris. I don't know why. But he's going to have to come back in if he's watching or listening. Or if Jen, if he's watching, he has to come back in. Phil, you got something on Aaron Donald?
Yeah, Aaron Donald had said it before, like before the Super Bowl, he was planning on playing 8 years because if you look at his contract, he signed to 2024, but this year, 2022, was the last year of his guaranteed money. So he still had 2 more years, and there was rumors. He was saying he was talking about retiring after the Super Bowl. He won it. He's gone out with a bag, and then he came back and said that he's the healthiest, lightest, fastest, strongest he's ever felt, and he was talking about coming back. And they're trying to reach a deal. Like you said, it's not about playing or whatever.
He's looking for more guarantees.
It's the business side of it, and if he doesn't get it done, he's not going to be mad. He'll walk away and he won't be mad. He did what he wanted to do, was play 8 years, is what he said 3 years ago when he signed this contract. That's why it was guaranteed until 2022, his 8th season in the league.
Right.
So, I mean,
Chris,
I don't want to see him retired because me and AJ traded for him in our fantasy.
Chris, do you think this guy's going to keep playing or what?
It just depends. If they got the money to pay him, pay the guy. I mean, on defense, he's the one that won you that Super Bowl. Granted, Stafford and Cup did good, but on defensive wise, he's the one that won you the Super Bowl. So if they have the money and they can keep everybody there, or he'll want to take a pay cut, who knows? Because they still have a team that can win another championship.
He wants that guaranteed money.
He's already rich. That's why he said he can walk away now.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the bad part with these guys. They're rich very quick, and they don't have to play for very long. Look at Kirk Cousins. I think he has the most guaranteed money in the NFL.
They just keep paying him. Like, I don't understand.
That guy,
Washington did it, and now Minnesota did it. I'm like, why do people keep giving this guy fucking money?
All guaranteed. So if he's doing his own negotiation, he should be an agent.
Yeah. Because, I mean, is he talented? Sure. Is he going to win you a Super Bowl? No. So why? Why do they keep paying him?
They just keep giving him guaranteed money. That's it.
It's unbelievable.
Is Cup in a contract year coming up?
I
They're
don't
going to
know.
have to pay Cup a humongous contract.
Hold on, I could tell you in a minute.
So, the Broncos wide receiver, Jeudy, he got cleared by that judge of all charges. Good for him, right? I guess. He had a good lawyer. I don't know. But anybody that's been following that case, it's one of those, like, you see we see this every year. There's like a handful of them. It's never just one or two. There's always like a half dozen court cases.
2024. Sorry to cut you
There
off.
it is. Cup signed through 2024. There you go. So they can win the title with them, now. But, they still have pretty much everybody coming back from the championship team last year. So if they fix this Aaron Donald thing.
So what did this guy do? I missed what he did.
Jeudy?
Yeah.
Well, he was allegedly, wasn't it domestic violence or something like that?
No, he beat somebody up because they said he sucked or something like that. That's what it was. I remember this.
Okay, so then he got clear. I knew he hit somebody. I thought naturally
it was his girlfriend.
Domestic violence.
His girlfriend said he sucked?
Yeah, it was his girlfriend, but there was no physical altercation. There was nothing like that. She had taken all his stuff and locked it in a vehicle and everything like that. But they said there was no physical altercation or anything like that, so they dropped it.
Oh boy. I don't know why, but my phone is quickly dying. So I got to find my computer or this show's over.
So we saw she just said Watson had another accuser come forward.
Yeah. Jen just said Watson had another woman come forward today. I didn't hear that, but I mean, it's looking more and more like that money that Cleveland paid him is going to be for nothing. Like, they don't have to pay him, but he's not even.
It's a Cleveland move, right?
Yeah, and they're spending. They're going to spend $200 million for him to do absolutely nothing.
And Baker should just tell him to go scratch his balls.
Oh, if I would, yeah.
I mean,
If I were Baker, I'd go
think
play
he'll play.
or something.
I think Baker will be starting the season because Watson's going to get suspended for probably the first 6 games, if not more.
If I'm Baker, I'm not doing them any favors.
Guys, where's my computer?
Get him his computer.
We are live.
Yeah, we are live. I'm gonna mute myself. You guys keep talking about whatever, but
We talk about Jeudy. It doesn't matter if you've watched Dak Prescott, not Dak, but the other fucking idiot in the backfield, Ezekiel Elliott. Man, he wasn't charged either, but the NFL still suspended him. So it don't matter what happens in the court of law. I mean, NFL, MLB, they're still going to do what they feel because you give a bad name to the image.
Yep.
And Jerry Jeudy, and what he did was, the girlfriend, the mother, his daughter's mother took his shit and put it in her car, and he damaged the car to get his shit back. That's what that was. So they called it enhancer domestic charges.
Was there a PlayStation 5 in there?
I mean, it might have been. I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing worthwhile, damaging a car to get back. The price for that.
It's funny
But
because
it,
these
it
guys.
seems like it seems like every year, whether which sport we're in, you have a star football player beating his wife or girlfriend or this, and this. Is it just because the women are spending all their money? I mean, what is it that all these players literally lay their hands on their wives or girlfriends or all this? I don't understand.
I think because you got double the roster size than baseball or any other sport almost. So you got double the problems, right? So there's more people that can fuck up. I'm not saying it's right, but just what it is. And yeah, you got guys that are making millions of dollars and they got a lot of clingers to them that probably there for the wrong reasons, and these guys lose their shit when they found out they're getting taken advantage of, and shit happens. I can't speak for them guys, but it just seems like I think just because they got more people on the roster, you got more chances fucking up. I mean, you do see a lot more stars in the NFL getting caught up in this shit than you do in seeing baseball or I don't know what other sport it is.
Basketball, hockey.
Well, yeah,
shit in hockey. You know what I mean?
Like the other topic here with the Minnesota Vikings guy with the car accident. I mean, literally, he was 25 years old. But what are you doing driving at 2:30 in the morning?
Partying.
You have
at 2:30 in the morning.
The accident happened at 2:30 a.m.
What was the old stadium back in the day? What, anything that happens after 12 ain't worth it?
You ain't doing anything good.
But you have they have everything set up to where these people will pick you up and drive you where you need to go and everything. Why do you need to drive at 2:30 in the morning when somebody will pick you up?
Especially if you're not in a Hers truck.
Yeah.
They're in their Lambo. Doing stupid shit.
But I believe a girl died too. It was his girlfriend or a friend of his died as well.
It's sad. I mean, you got all the money in the world, but you don't take advantage of everything that's put in front of you. If you're drunk, you might as well just have someone else take you home.
All right. So my update, my status is I have 2% left on my phone. I cannot find my laptop because my kids did something with it. So the NBA Finals. Who do you got, Chris?
I'm going to take the
Golden
Celtics
State
defense to win.
Golden State and Boston.
I'm going to take the Celtics defense.
You know, I don't know why. As great as Boston's season's been, I just have a funny feeling that Golden State's going to pull this off.
So who's the
I think it goes 7 also.
who's the driving force behind Golden State? I mean, I don't follow much basketball, but I
Steph
know
Curry?
Nah,
Steph Curry?
He's been playing. Other people were hurt, so he does need those people, obviously. So what is it? Who's the
Thompson.
Where's my laptop?
Thompson or who is that's the real driving force?
Well, they got role players. They got Poole as well. They can come in there. They have a good role players and they have a good bench.
Yeah. I mean, I would take them to be safe. I was betting.
I'm going Boston. Hate both teams. Boston lately like Golden State, so I'm going Boston.
I feel like Aaron's in a fucking scary movie right now.
Yeah.
He's like walking, it's getting dark.
They said my laptop is down here, but I don't see it anywhere.
Don't look in the corner. You're gonna die.
Don't answer the phone.
If anything, this whole journey that you guys have come on with me is probably been entertaining.
He was a hell of a ring announcer.
Yeah. I mean,
Is this mic working?
guys, if you lose me, I'm sorry.
The show must continue.
You were loved.
Yeah.
We'll mourn you and we'll write stupid shit like you're a good guy and stuff like that. Don't worry.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I half expect you not to show up, Anthony.
I'll show up. I'll just be late.
You'll show up to my funeral. I appreciate that.
I'll just be late.
Unless it's wrestling season, and you at the match with this kid.
Yeah, then I'm not gonna be there.
All right, we're gonna have to get out of here. You guys have anything else?
Find your
Keep extending our-
computer for next week.
What's that?
Find your computer for next week.
Okay.
You got a show this week. Around the turnbuckle. I bet you finds it for that there, AJ.
Oh, you're goddamn right.
We have a 2-year anniversary edition of Around the Turnbuckle this Sunday, guys. 211 Media, like, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff.
Him and his main
Make sure
bitch.
make sure you find your computer or your phone's charged.
No.
I tell you what, that phone, he says his battery's dying quick, but it's been on 2% for a while.
Well, I know. I mean,
That was my fucking phone to be dead.
Jesus. Alan, who you got? Boston or Golden State?
Golden State, I said.
I hear.
For any good reason?
No, I just have a feeling. You know,
Oh, that's right.
the way Boston has played, and I'm still here. I have it on a charger.
Don't look under the bed.
So the way Boston has played makes me think that Boston's going to win. Like Chris said, they have a great defense. A lot of good key pieces here and there. Everybody's playing. Horford's playing out of his ass. But I just have a feeling that Golden State is right place, right time to get another championship. And I think that I think they get it done. Who's gonna stop that? I don't know. That's the big question. Can the Celtics defense that has been great all season stop the high-powered offense and shooting of Golden State? That's the whole thing. So, I mean, and that's coming from a guy just like Anthony. Anthony, I don't follow basketball any more than you do. But my son got me into the Sixers, I think 2 seasons ago, and I've been starting to follow it here and there. And in that way, like when I talk to TJ or Chris or anybody, I know a little bit. I mean, I know more about hockey than I do about the NBA.
If I can name 3 guys on the Boston Celtics, I'd be highly impressed.
Chris, you can name 3 guys on the Celtics, right?
You got, hold on, before he does, you got Tatum, you got Smart, Horford still play there or no?
Horford's there.
Well, Horford
As far as I go.
Williams is there at center.
I know who the fuck Williams is.
I didn't hear if you
Quality
guys
center,
said.
averaging 14 points.
I didn't hear if you guys talked about Jeff Gladney dying in the car crash, right? You guys did talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We said it was tragic. Should have used Uber.
No heart on you, really. None.
I was just breaking it down real quick for you there.
Did you forget about Jaylen Brown? He's been lighting it up this playoffs.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Phil, have you been watching any NBA playoffs, or did you tune out when the Sixers got eliminated?
No, I mean, I did tune out when the Sixers got eliminated, but with Chris and his comments in the chat, like great game, I happened to turn them on. If it wasn't for Chris, I probably wouldn't have watched Game 7. You know what I mean? And some of the other ones, but
dude, I knew they were going to lose. Doc Rivers.
I didn't think it was going to be that great of a playoffs. I really didn't. And it was just probably one of the best ones I've watched in a long time. Even better than the old last year's Milwaukee Nets.
Yeah.
But it was great.
I'll probably watch the finals. This looks good. Celtics and Warriors looks good.
I mean, if this series goes as long as it's going to be a hell of a series.
And Jen, the Rangers are going to win in 7.
Who's the Rangers fan?
I hope so.
Chris's wife.
I got to root for the Rangers for Chris.
Not for him.
Well, I mean, if they don't win, he's on the couch, so I got to cheer for him.
So wait, okay. So if the Yankees wait. If the Yankees play the Mets in the World Series, if they have a Subway Series, who do you root for?
If the what?
If it's Mets and Yankees Subway Series.
Oh, Yankees. I can't stand that fucking Mets. I mean, I hate the Yankees. Like, they're just two steps up because it goes Mets, Braves, and then Yankees. So
No. To me, it goes Yankees, Mets, Braves.
No, mine's opposite. Listen, it's not that I don't hate teams. I just
back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, sure.
Listen, the only reason I would root for fucking Yankees is I don't care about 28. I really don't. I just can't stand Ray Pat on fucking Facebook. I mean, the comments when the Mets are
holy shit, is that a T-Bird answer?
And he goes quiet when they start losing and people give him shit. He just so it's one of those things just to rub it in. Like, would I rather listen to AJ or Ray? I'd rather listen to AJ. Yes. So that's what it boils down.
I think it's funny when AJ kept trying to tell me Ray's coming on this show and he's going to invite him on this show. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Don't think I haven't.
So Ray Pat, if you're watching this, fuck the Mets.
Yeah. Fuck you. This is aimed right at you.
Oh man, they just.
Next time,
I think we lost him.
No, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I just don't have a camera angle.
Yeah, he was just watching. It's the only reason he's still friends with me on Facebook. Is just to watch his reactions. Plus, he keeps me up to date on Phillipsburg sports. So.
That's that.
That's. But you know what I'm talking about, right, AJ?
I'm actually. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it.
I love Raymond Pat. He kept me up to date on all the wrestling, the state championships, what was going on in wrestling and everything. I love the guy.
Yeah. I mean, hell of a dude. I mean, but I can't stand the Mets talk. It's I got too many Mets fans on my in my group, so I constantly see Mets posts, and I'm just like, I can't wait for you to fuck it up at the end.
I can't either.
You know they're gonna choke. Beltran's gonna look at one.
I hope so. I hope you're right, and I hope the Phillies compete and sneak into playoffs somehow. I don't know.
I mean, I think the NL is more open than the AL.
I hope my Cardinals can sneak in for Yadier and Pujols and at least give him a chance.
I mean, Yachty's probably the slowest guy in the world, right?
I don't know. Pujols right behind him.
They're the slowest duo to ever play in a starting lineup. I mean, if they get on base in front of you, you're screwed.
You better hit a home run.
Yeah, exactly. Or nobody's scoring. It's amazing what Pujols has done. What is he, 45 now? How old is he? 42? 43?
42, I think. I think he's 42.
It's nice to see him catch fire with St. Louis again a little bit, you know. I mean, he's not. His average is higher than it usually is. I mean, with the Angels, he was only batting like 220, right?
Yeah, he wasn't. He's DH, and he had 2 homers the other night in one game, and he didn't come in till like the 6th inning.
Yeah. I mean, what?
He's
What,
gone.
cousin Phil?
I thought once he was gone, we would be over.
No, he got sucked under the bed. We just keep moving.
Hey, man. I'm going to do a 2-hour show now. Shit,
Yeah.
There
I
you
don't
go.
watch scary movies for that reason right there.
He looked under the bed, didn't he?
Yep, they got him.
Son of a bitch. Can't tell him.
I mean, baseball's been fun this year. You know, you got a lot of guys getting injured, but it keeps a little – it almost evens the playing field, right? You know, a team that usually doesn't see injuries like Tampa Bay, they have the most injuries this season. So maybe not like different guys, but they have the most time spent on the IL, which is nice to see because I hate those bastards.
Yeah, I hate it when teams they start out really good and then teams get injured, and but the classic thing is being a Cardinals fan was like what Phil said. Is that Yadier got to pitch the 9th inning, and so did Pujols. Regardless, they got a bunch of home runs and runs. It was just awesome because I think they always wanted to do that their entire career.
Yeah, I mean, when you're up 18 runs, you can do that kind of shit, right? So you build that lead, and then you have Pujols come in and close the game out. You know, it's been a weird season now.
It definitely has. I mean,
I think it's only going to get weirder as it heats up because the ball's going to start traveling a little bit more. So that's where you got to start looking at the Yankees. You know, they played a lot of cold games. So is that pitching staff going to hold up when it heats up? You're on mute, cuz. You're tall. I see your mouth moving, but you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Oh, he's on the phone.
He's on the phone.
Is Alan still alive? No. God damn it. You know, it was, you know, I mean, it's my favorite time of the year. You know, it starts getting to the dog days of baseball. A lot of people start tuning out. I start tuning in.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because now is like you got the NBA playoffs. You're in the finals, and the NHL's in the finals. So now there's going to be more baseball, and so I'm even watching more baseball, regardless of my team or not.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing.
More baseball.
Baseball changed a little bit this year because in AAA, if you're the MVP of the league, you know, it counts towards service time in the MLB. So they're bringing these kids up that are good, that don't deserve to be in the minor leagues anymore. Yeah. So you're starting to see a lot more kids come up a lot earlier. You know, the Cubs brought one of their guys up, Velasquez, a little early than you would expect. You know, everybody's bringing guys up a little earlier than you expect.
Give the guys a chance. The Yankees did that a couple years ago, brought 2 guys up, and they both had almost all-star seasons.
Yeah. Oh, he's alive. Oh, shit. We thought he got sucked under the bed.
I found my laptop.
Ugh. We thought you were goner.
No, I'm glad you guys kept talking. That's great. That's awesome.
You know, I was telling the guys I don't watch scary movies because of that reason right there. Something falls under the bed at night, I don't even look underneath there. The hell with that, we'll get it in the morning.
All right. What did you guys talk about while I was gone?
We're
baseball.
talking about baseball. You know.
Yeah. You're on mute, Phil.
He's on the phone.
He's on the phone. I thought he's on the phone with you, checking on, make sure you're alive. And here he's.
How could he call me on the dead phone, AJ?
I didn't even think of that.
Wow.
Maybe he got a home line. Like
I don't have a home line. I'm 45.
You guys are both
not
old.
65.
Maybe you guys both got home lines.
Only my grandmother, who's 86, has a home line.
My parents still have their home line.
Well, you know, they're getting up there too.
And if Deborah's watching, she's not going to take that nicely.
Deborah.
She's not going to like that either.
The Mind Flayer didn't get him. No, I'm good. And actually, there is no more Mind Flayer, right? Wasn't he destroyed last season? Just saying.
I don't know. Jason and Freddie are probably still alive. They're due for a movie within the next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, cuz.
Oh, you're back.
Was that an important call? We're gonna wrap this up, but I'm sorry that that you guys lost me. I apologize.
That was work because he didn't do it there. He had to do it now.
Yeah. You know, I mean, watching Vikings and you know.
Hey, you just want to laugh. Like TJ works like a night shift position where like he's got no super there watching what he's doing, so he watches shit all the time, all night long. Like he watches all our videos. Like he catches up on what we do on around the turnbuckle and home team sports, and then he sends me.
Boss is watching. You should check in on him from time to time because it doesn't.
He sends me. I know he sends me text at like 4:00 in the morning saying, "Yo, good show last night, bro," or whatever. And I say, "Oh, you watch that?"
Yeah, that's like you're like, oh, don't text after 8:00, but you'll text at fucking 4 a.m. when you get up.
Because he knows I'm up. He knows I'm up. I wake up every day at 4.
Group every now and then.
Oh yeah, because I'm up with him, so it don't matter. Like you never.
I have the group. No, I figured out the whole mute thing.
That was great when you couldn't figure it out though.
We used to have a blast.
Yeah, wake your man up.
Oh, Chris, you missed it. I'm trying to fucking sleep. I gotta get up to it. And like AJ, like, well, hit the fucking mute button.
I don't know how.
You guys need to get out of wet clothes. All right, so you were eaten by red ants. All right, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end the broadcast, guys.
You ain't good
With
shit.
kids eaten by red ants, another horror.